Hello everyone. Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. I would like to welcome you to the Night Angels video pop, and our November theme is Christmas. Now, being that it is late November, if I need to make any Christmas cards now, because I've been diligent making them throughout the whole year, any cards I make now are either going to be very special for one particular person, or they're going to be super duper simple. So I'm going to show you a set of super duper simple cards that I'm going to make. I've already made half of the cards and I've pre-prepped the other cards, and I've been really simple using the Joy to You stamp set. I'll remove the cards and I'll show you those in just a second. I've used the Beary Christmas Designer Series paper, and I've just used these two patterns, so just the trees and the presents. Pop that away. I'll be neat and tidy while I go. And I have used the Joy of Christmas Designer Series paper, and for this one I have used three. I've used the holly, I have used the larger poinsettia, windberries or hollyberries, all of that, and I have used the music paper. So I've been selective and just chosen a little bit out of each pack of paper. So the cards I've made, this one's out of the Beary, oh my dear word, a Beary Christmas paper, and very simple real red stamping, and the 3x3 inch Designer Series paper square. This is using Night of Navy with 3x3 of the trees, and I've used Dimension to add a little bit to the card. So no embellishing. I could add embellishments, very easy to do, but in the interest of time, I haven't, but I have added Dimension in the form of Stampin' Dimensionals to add a little bit to these cards. So this is a Joy of Christmas. I'm so sure that's the name. Joy of Christmas. So that is using basic grey ink, and this one I have, because we've got the brown in, or the pecan pie in the pine cone there, I thought the pecan pie music would work really well with that, once again with the basic grey, because you do have that the outlining there, which kind of is Pebble Path, but I just wanted to keep with basic grey. So that is 4 cards. We're going to make a duplicate of each together, and I do have them in varying states of readiness. Now, I have already taken the wishing you a very Merry Christmas sentiment. I have mounted it on my stamp positioner. My stamp positioner is a godsend for mass producing cards. I have pre-cut my card bases, and they are 1/2 centimeter or 1/4 of an inch smaller than my card base, and I am working in depending on what color the base of the paper is, I'm either working in Whisper White or Very Vanilla, and I just got that name wrong. It's Basic White. So I am stamping this twice to give me a beautifully crisp image. Now this almost looks black. It will dry back, so I'm not worried about that at all. I'll put my second piece in. So we're just stamping 2 together, and because this is such a bold stamp, as I say, I do 2 fairly soft. I didn't ink that C up very well the first time, so I'll make sure that is has more of an even inking the second time. I don't want to add too much pressure because this wishing you and a very merry are quite fine, and you can see I pushed a little hard on the U. So now I've got to push evenly on the wishing to get them even. They're not perfect, but I don't think anyone's really going to notice. So that's that done. That is the end of my stamping. So just by stamping that sentiment keeps it super duper easy. So now I have my pre-assembled pieces, and I already have dimensionals on the back. Okay, I didn't do quite as much preparing as what I thought, but that's okay. So I'm just going to take these dimensional backings off with my take your pick tool, and this is the Crafter's pick that works for me so well. Some people use the straight pick. I find this hooked one, oh my god, amazing, absolutely amazing. Now when I'm lining this up, I go, is there an up and a down? There is kind of a sprig here that gives me a bit of an up vibe. So I just want to place that down. Now I have placed this. That looks as good as it's going to get for me. And go with the second one, and I want the pine cones to be up in the correct direction. So the the main pattern for this is actually 3 by 3, and then I went 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 for our music piece. Oh well, isn't that interesting? So I do now have all of these ones to add as well, and I haven't added my dimensionals on the card bases. Well, I couldn't add them on the ones that were already, that I hadn't stamped, otherwise I would not have got a nice stamped image at all. So for these ones, I've got my pre-stamped card front, and can you imagine just hanging out, watching? Yes, these have very vanilla based presents, and I want the presents that are square to be upright. So that looks pretty good there. And then this one with the Knight of Navy is going to look good here. So I normally chuck on a show and just go bam, bam, bam with these, and it makes it super duper quick. I normally do the batching. So I'll do all the stamping first, then I will do all my cutting, then I'll do all my stamping. I will do all of my dimensioning, and then I will do all of my assembling. So by doing this video halfway through me making them, I kind of have stopped myself in my mass producing rhythm, but that's okay. I want to show you how to make these. Now I'm probably only going to do 2 of these with you, just to show you, and then I'll do the other 2. I'm sure all of you know how to do dimensionals. It's not that hard, and I always try and have a bit of a stash of card fronts made. I'd love to know, card fronts and card bases. I'd love to know if, especially with basic white and your very vanilla, because I generally do use those as, or use them often as card bases. Do you have some just pre-cut ready to go that you can grab? Because I find that like super easy for me to do. I did have to cut a few because I was making so many cards. I did cut a few extra as I was cutting this. So I want basic white card base. Now let's see how I go with this. It just has to look okay. It does not have to be perfect. I do have some rough edges here, as if I have stamped on this on the wrong side. So I just take my bone folder and just carefully go along that rough edge to smooth it down. It's most likely your cut edge, and that now you can barely see it. So I'm happy with that. Let's do our very vanilla Beary Christmas card. So are you a simple Christmas card maker? I'm a bit of both. Depends on what the mood strikes me. I do like to batch make more than one Christmas card at once, because I do send Christmas cards to my customers generally with their mini catalogue for January. Look, I might as well do all of them while I'm here. I send Christmas cards to family and extended family and friends. I give them to my team, so it ends up that I do need a lot of Christmas cards. So I generally don't stop making Christmas cards, and I tend to make some every month to get me through to about this time. I'm just about ready to print off my labels. I've got my December Christmas cards to write and get ready to send out in the mail, because I'm also in charge of my parents' birthday card and Christmas card sending this year, because they're on a big trip overseas. So I've got to be super organised, so I remembered to send theirs as well. So do you keep your Christmas card simple all the time, or do you do a mix of some special and some non-special? I do need to make a few religious ones at the moment, because I do have the Night Divine dies, and I'm going to make some Christmas cards, some religious ones for those that are religious in my life, because I know they will especially love what I have in mind. And then I've got these more simple, but I do think they're beautiful, and they are definitely Christmassy. So the last two can come here. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but you know, close enough. And I really went out of my comfort zone using a white card base with a white card front. So I thought I'd try something different. So I've used the Joy to Use stamp set. We have made these 4 cards just then together, not hard. I did already have the pre-cutting done, and we used the Beary Christmas for these 2 cards and the Joy of Christmas for these 2. I'd love you to tag me on Instagram or on Facebook if you do a simple card like this and what patterns you've used, because you really could use anything. I look forward to seeing you next month for our next Night Angels video hop. Don't forget to check out everyone else in the hop and see what they have made too. I'm looking forward to being inspired by them, and I hope you are as well. Don't forget to give everyone a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to everyone to see more inspiration, and from me as well. I'd love that. I'd love to see you back next time, and I will catch you then. Bye.